I was prepping with my GMAT, but somehow I couldn't manage the GMAT preparation, or I couldn't maintain that consistency due to my heavy work schedule. But then I got to know about this particular program, and I started researching about this program. I in fact went to the ISB campus, which is just 11 kilometers from my house. I spoke to the ISB admission council. Then I got to know there is no much difference between the ISB flagship program and the ISB PGP Pro.
Welcome, Jayesh, to the Success Story series. So before we get started, if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself, what has been your background so far?
Yeah, so I work for an IT firm here in Hyderabad. I head the operations part. When I say operations, I take care of the entire business operations. I head the business operations with on the resource management, the bench management, the sales operations part, the profitability improvement part. So I have been associated with this IT firm called Triance Holdings in Hyderabad for past 4 years. Prior to that, I joined as a trainee or a fresher at HCL Technologies. So overall, I kind of have five plus years of experience, and I have been associated with Crack Verbal for past 2 years, some way or the other. I started my GMAT preparation journey with Crack Verbal. Then I found this ISB PGP Pro part. Then I got another chance to get associated with Crack Verbal through this journey. Yeah.
Awesome. So how did you move into operations, and what exactly do you do in your role? What are you responsible for?
Yeah, like I said, in my current organization, I am responsible for every resourcing part. Like any other IT organization, the resource allocation, the bench management, the overall profitability structure of the organization in terms of resources, rotation of resources from a lower lower bill grade bracket to a higher bill rate, gaining that margin difference or profitability. On the sales front, I also take care of the sales operations part, just monitoring the entire sales workflow, working very closely with the our business development team, getting to know more pipeline of opportunities that is coming to our organization. So I kind of have the overall revenue structure in our organization. The upcoming revenues, the renewals that is happening, the existing projects. So I kind of started as a project management office, then slowly moved into operations, taking over the RMG part, taking over the sales operations part. So pretty much I have gained expertise in the people management and the HR operations, the business operations, the sales operations. So I have overall expertise in these 4 or 5 areas.
Got it. So so when you started your prep, right, your thought process was that you want to go for a full-time program. And then, you steered to getting into a PGP Pro kind of a thing based on your experience and expertise. And you felt that could be something that could, what was your thought process? Like, how did you, decide that, when you started, what was the thought process that you had in mind to the point where you started thinking about PGP Pro as an option? What was the shift, and what made you get to applying to these kind of programs?
Yes, definitely. When I started preparing for my GMAT, obviously the intention was for a full-time course. But I didn't knew about this PGP Pro part at that point in time. I was prepping with my GMAT, but somehow I couldn't manage the GMAT preparation, or I couldn't maintain that consistency due to my heavy work schedule. But then I got to know about this particular program, and I started researching about this program. I in fact went to the ISB campus, which is just 11 kilometers from my house. I spoke to the ISB admission council. Then I got to know there is no much difference between the ISB flagship program and the ISB PGP Pro. The number of contact hours is almost the same. It has the flagship program has this 432 hours, and this also has the same number of hours. It is 1 year and this is 18 months. So we are pretty much covering everything. And I always wanted why I wanted a full time again is I wanted to experience this classroom training. That bonding that you get with your cohorts. I am getting it from here too. Right. I get to go to the campus. I experience the classroom training. I experience a peer network. It has this international immersion. You will be in both Hyderabad and Mohali campus for 1 week each. Then every alternate weekends you go to campus. So pretty much I found this is a perfect fit for my what I'm looking for, because I'm already good at my job. And it can elevate my career to next level if I once I'm done with this course. So
true. So more from a perspective of the need for a program like this, right? So most of them, say for example, based on your career progression, you feel that for me to go to the next level, these are the gaps I'm seeing. And because of this, I feel an MBA can help.
yeah.
What was that point in your life, in your career, where you felt that you need something like this to move to the next level? What were the kind of gaps you were seeing? Or were there a bottleneck? So say for example, if you're looking at a specific role and you say that I'm not equipped for that role, what was that point in your life where you were and what was going on your head when you said that, okay, I have to upskill, I have to look at something in management?
See, when I said I take care of these operations, but there is a wider aspect to operations. Again, if you ask me, I do not have a great knowledge on the marketing operations. I do not have a great knowledge on finance operations. I just have an overview of what finance does. I can understand the finance part, but I am not deep into it. I am not deep into the strategic part of it. Then these are the areas. Definitely, if I want to see myself as an operations head or a global operations head, these are the areas that I am not hands-on. And this particular program has this specialization course called strategy and leadership in one of its semesters. So this particular program can bridge all the gap and then make me perfect or ready to take up the senior leadership position of a global operations head.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So did you get a chance to speak to some alumni of this particular course? What kind of research did you do to, because this is also quite an investment of time and money, both. So what kind of research did you do to say, okay, this is exactly, so one aspect, obviously it's in Hyderabad. So like you said, it's just 11 kilometers from your home, which makes it definitely an easier choice. What are the other aspects that you looked at apart from more from the credentials of the course and what you get out of the course? What kind of research did you do, and when you're talking to the alums, what were you looking for to understand whether that's a best fit for you?
Yeah, so I made sure that I have spoken to the PGP alum who is chief marketing officer in my organization. I also made sure that I spoke to one PGP Pro alum. I also made sure that I spoke to one PGP Max alum. So I pretty much understood the difference of all these three programs that ISB offers at this point in time. Right. So one thing that I got to know common is, and I'll let me be specific on the ISB PGP Pro candidate who passed out last year. She is my she's my friend or my batchmate during my graduation days. So I have seen a drastic change in where she was earlier and where she's now. Right. It has, the ways she speaks, the way she got herself molded into next her thought process or maybe in her career or her professional life, personal life. This program has taken her to next level
transformed her.
Correct. Transformed her is in one word that I can tell. So.
Right. Right. Awesome. Awesome. So, when does this program start, and is there any kind of pre-work that you have to do before you get started? What's the process?
It starts in July. So I pretty much have enough time. I am not sure about the pre-work. I haven't got any such notification so far, but I since I have got 5-6 months more, I made sure that I will have to upskill myself and one level at least in all the areas which I'm currently doing. So I'm taking up some certification courses so that I can at least be competitive with my peers, because I went to this interview. I understood how the how my batchmates would be. They are much beyond where I am.
Right.
So.
Right. So tell me about the whole application process also. How did you go about it, and what were your learnings and challenges from this process?
When I thought of applying to this program, I had no clue on how should I should I directly go ahead and put in my essays. I thought I initially did it. The very first week I drafted my own essay. Then I feel uh, it is not in a proper format. I just put in my thought process into it and drafted the essay or initial version. Then I found this is not the right way, because I understood the application is very rigorous. It has got the selection ratio is 1:3 is what I understood from the admission council, ISB admission folks. Then I decided to speak to Ankit. I have been in constant touch with him past 2 years. So I approached him. Then he said, why don't we go through this Crack Verbals application package, right? Then that made my work very easy. I was assigned with Gautam. He just took 20 minutes of my time. Then my entire 500 words essay has become shortened down to very crisp format in a star format, and he molded my thought process into a format what ISB is looking for. Right. So that made my process very easy. Post my essay, it was my interview. Yash was assigned to me. He made sure he took 3 hours of his time to coach me. That I would say that was really helpful. I did not even during the interview. There were 4 or 5 panels. The mock interview with Yash has helped me a lot. It was just a conversation, or I felt that since Yash is also from ISB, he is an ISB alum. It did not make me. I did not see any difference between what the mock interview and what I directly went to ISB and had the final live interview. So it was very conversational. So that was very